So answering a call, this is a really neat part of Ribbit and the API itself, is most times with making a call or doing something, we have to call a method first and initiate kind of the first contact with Ribbit and then wait for an event back. Here, we're just going to go ahead and just listen for an incoming call once we've logged in. So we could sit there at the application and you can have the desktop app open for, say, 45 minutes, 50 minutes or something like that. And then all of a sudden somebody calls your phone. Ribbit's going to directly push this call state change event to you. And inside of that, it's going to say it's an incoming call. And there you can actually do different things with it. You can, here we're just setting a text box with actually the number that's coming in, the caller ID number. You could actually check to see if they're in your contact list and display maybe that contact's information as they call in. There's a lot of different things, but we actually push this event straight to you from the server. So the next part is voicemails. If you don't answer your phone, you can get some voicemails there. People can leave the voicemails for you. And what's really neat with the voicemails through Ribbit is that, one, you can go in and listen to all your voicemails from a web-based client. You can get them transcribed, and so you can actually read them, search them, and maybe tag them in certain ways that you can go back and categorize them in different things. So to get the voicemails, first we need to go ahead and load up the call logs. So we'll do this by calling a request to call log manager get call logs. And then we'll go ahead and listen for an event that the call log summary is back. And once we call a function, inside that function we'll call just get messages. This will actually load up all of our voicemails so that we can go ahead and listen to them and check them out. So with listening to a voicemail, all we need to do is do a request message manager. We can go ahead and do a start play message so that we can listen to our messages. And then once it's playing, we can listen for the different states of playing or different events that are coming back from the state change as of one of them is a message state of playing. Let me go ahead and demo this for you. This is our message manager sample. And everything that we actually have up that you'll see right now is up on our developer site for you to download. All the code that you see here in the Flex developer with the application with the Ribbit services tag here is all open. You guys can go in and download it and check it all out and tear it apart, build your own apps. It's a really great thing. So you can import these into Flex developer, the sample code, and just go ahead and compile them really quickly.
It's your API that's open back your source, right?
For the code sample, we give out the source for all of our code samples. But yeah, in terms of the API source, no, that's not open.
Some people do.
Right. So here, we loaded up the call logs, and then we went through and waited for the summary there, and then we went ahead and called a get messages. And so this loaded it up into a data grid. So now I can click through these different ones. Let me see if I can find a good one here. There's actually I can leave notes to a voicemail. But let's go ahead and.
Hey, message from Deb.
So that's just me kind of testing some things out. I can go ahead and play and listen to them. I can go ahead and say send this off to somebody else. That's one thing you can't do with voicemail right now is actually take your voicemail and send it off to other people. So you can send it off to somebody's email address, have it transcribed to them. So it's a really great way of being able to play around with the voicemail stuff. So we're going to jump back into the application here. But I'll go ahead and quickly show you this. This is our shout messages. What's neat about our shout message is you're able to actually create a voicemail. Instead of having to, say, call into your phone and leave a voicemail and then send it off, you can actually do it directly from your application where you can actually go ahead and create a message. You can start recording it straight through your application. Once you're done recording it, then you can actually go ahead and send it off to email people, and then they'll get it as transcribed text as a WAV file that's attached there so they can listen to it too. So it's a really neat aspect. If you saw the say here, We did it through the phone, but you could do that through your application too, where they could just say, hey, I'm voting for this person, I'm going to start recording as to why, and then save it, and then it would get put into the database, into your actual phone number. So it's really easy. First, all you need to do is create a message. We do this by doing a request, message manager, create message, and we'll take it and get back a current message. We'll set a variable of current message to an iCall log, which is an interface of a call log, and we'll basically get the value of the message itself. So as you'll see, when we start recording, stop recording, all we're really passing in is that variable, that object now of current message. So to start recording, we do a request.messagemanager.startRecordMessage with the current message variable. To stop, it's this very basic terminology. We just stop the record message there. To play it, we can go ahead and play the record message or stop play message. And then when we want to send it, here you'll see actually the form. I'll go in and actually play around with our example here in a second. But you can see up there that we have the recipients of different emails that we can send it to, a subject. We have an urgent tag that will flag it in their email as urgent, and transcribed text. Obviously, it will come through as transcribed. So down here we have just a request.messagemanager.sendMessage. So after we record it, we're just going to take that current message and put it in there. And then we have a couple different another parameters there, like the destinations, which is the email addresses, the urgent and transcribed. So if you just selected it, it becomes a Boolean, becomes true or false. So just try that out really quick. This is all still part of the message manager sample that's out there. So first we'll need to create the message. With Flash and Flex, the first time that you use the microphone, it always will ask you to allow the microphone to be used in this application. So we'll go ahead and allow it. So it should be recording right now. So you guys can hear that we just recorded that message. And once that's done, now I can go ahead and send that off to my friends. So, you know, it's a really cool application. Let's say you're on a vacation, you're out and about, and you don't want to sit down and type an email to, you know, your family that, you know, you guys are having a great time. You can go ahead and just sit down and record a message and send it off to 20 different people, and you're done. It would be an easy application to use and to do. So there's a lot of different aspects or different functionalities that you can use with the shout messages. So another big part, and this was probably one of the biggest, most requested features for the 2.5 API, was being able to send SMS messages from your application. So obviously this is a new day and age with texting going on like crazy. So this is actually a very simple function. As you can see, like with some of the other listening for phone calls or even doing a shout message, there's a couple, 3 or 4 different things to do. Here, all you need to do is set up a form of a mobile number, a subject, and a message. And then once you've clicked send SMS message, you're going to call the function here of request.messagemanager.send SMS message and pass in the 3 parameters there of the mobile number, the message, and the subject. So sending SMS with Ribbit is super easy, absolutely easy. So what we're kind of looking forward to is maybe some people doing some like Facebook apps, MySpace apps, some stuff like that they can actually send SMS messages from those using Ribbit and using the API really easily.